All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the Fight Front once again. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm just back with my quick thoughts on Franchón Crews versus Alejandra Jimenez. Now, I know a lot of people that use the term robbery. I'm going to use it in this video, though. You know, a lot of people use the term. They use it very loosely. They just throw it out there every time it's like a really, really close fight or if their favorite fighter loses a fight, you know. But for me, in this one, I really feel like Franchón Crews was robbed of her titles and she was robbed of this fight. I really feel like Alejandra Jimenez didn't do enough to win this one. You know, she actually looked in trouble a couple of times, you know, in the beginning of the fight and even in like the mid rounds close to the end of the fight. You know, there was some really good shots that Franchón Crews hit her with. And on top of that, Franchón Crews was really controlling the fight just off of her grit and, you know, her punch output. You know, what does a trainer usually say if a fighter's, you know, in trouble or if they're, you know, looking like they're down on the cards, or let their hands go. You know, Alejandra was really letting her hands go like Franchón Crews was. Franchón Crews was letting her hands go in this fight, and she was landing a lot of leather in this one. That's why I just couldn't see how the judges didn't see it for Franchón Crews. I know body language-wise, she looked a little bit gassed. She looked a little bit tired, but, you know, even the commentators, they kept saying, oh, Alejandra, her body language is confident. She looks so confident going in there, but it takes more than confidence to win a fight. Especially, it takes more than body language to win a fight. You know, for me, Franchón Crews had a lot more of what Franchón Crews was using was definitely outweighing what Alejandra was using. Franchón Crews was definitely using high volumes of punches. She was always using her experience as far as tying up to kind of slow Alejandra down, and just using her overall experience. You know, like I said, the early rounds, she was throwing a lot of punches just to land and make sure she was staying ahead. She was landing some good overhand rights and uppercuts every time Alejandra would step in. She was hitting first. You know, she was being first and clipping her a lot with a lot of punches. Almost looked like she had Alejandra hurt in the first round. Like she was about to get out of there. But after the fourth round, Franchón Crews, she did look a little tired in those mid rounds. They were close. You know, there's some good back and forth action. But to me, I felt like to nullify the punch output of Alejandra Crews, she was always like tying up and putting weight and slowing her down. And then as soon as they would break, she would go back to, you know, throwing her combinations whenever Alejandra would step in. And even towards the later rounds, the gritty rounds, just those Alejandra's punches, just those really slow lobbing punches that Crews could see coming. You know, she got hit with a few of them, but she just saw a lot of them coming, and she'd go straight up the middle with her jab and her right hand or her right uppercut. So I just felt like the better punches and better counters were being landed by Crews in this fight. Alejandra had her moments, like I said, but they were too far in between for me to give her full rounds. You know, I think that I would say it was about 7 rounds to 3. Call me crazy, but I think Crews definitely won 7 rounds in this fight. And even towards the later part, down to round 10, Crews started really letting go, and she looked like she wanted to get Alejandra out of there, because like I said, she clipped her with some good shots, like she was trying to stop her. And yeah, just going back to like what the commentating was saying, they really felt like Alejandra did enough to win this fight. I disagree with that. And you know, they just kept saying body language alone and her confidence alone was having her win this fight. Like I said, it takes more than confidence. They couldn't really call like big shots that she was landing or really play back anything big that was hurting Crews in this fight. Crews, to me, just came in tired. You know, maybe it was just an off day for her, but she looked a little bit flat. But like I said, she made the necessary adjustments to win this fight. You know, she definitely showed it. Like, she was definitely on some jelly legs in the fight. Like, there were no knockdowns, but there was some throwdowns in this one, because she looked a little bit tired where she was just flopping all over the place. But you know, she made up for it by, you know, throwing more punches to try to keep her opponent off of her. So I had to give Crews credit there, because she was tired in this fight. You know, she was tired, but she fought off heart. And, you know, like I said, heart, high volume of punches, and a lot of, you know, experience clinching, that definitely outweighs the confidence to me. You know, to me, you got to do more than that. But, you know, you never know how judges are, and I think maybe the judges just kept maybe the judges were taken away from Crews as far as how she kept leaning on Alejandra. You know, which is stupid. If you can't take a round away from opponents if they're just leaning on somebody, you know. So I think that maybe it was giving rounds to Alejandra every time she was getting leaned on. But to me, that was dirty if they did that, because that's the only thing I can think of. But overall, to me, I think Franchón Crews, she won the fight 7 rounds to 3. She deserves a rematch to try to get her titles back. even on Twitter, I saw Clarissa Shields said, Alejandra didn't do enough to win that fight, and if she wants to, if she wants to fight, she'll take the fight next. So if that, if that rematch doesn't happen, maybe Clarissa Shields, she can get this fight next. But me, honestly, I'd rather see Franchón Crews get her rematch with Alejandra, because to me, again, I think she was robbed of this fight. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Do you think Crews was robbed? Do you think Alejandra did enough to win this fight? And do you want to see a rematch? I personally do want to see a rematch. But yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. I'll be back with another video. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.